And before we plunge into the session, Dr. Jayesh, I would like to take the privilege and the honor of introducing you. I want all our friends to know who you are a little bit. It is not, of course, I will not be able to put into words all that you are doing, the amazing work, and who you are really. Your presence is only felt, and I am sure by the end of this session, they will feel it more than my words. And friends, Dr. Jayesh Shah has been practicing and teaching classical homeopathy for 44 years. He is known for integrating meditative healing processes with classical homeopathy. Isn't that unique? He has been an author to the book Into the Periodic Table, published from Germany, and has conducted over 150 seminars worldwide. Also, over 100 healing journey workshops for seekers. He believes that divine wisdom opened only with love, light, and influence of Dr. Lakshmi and Dr. Newton. I really feel very inspired whenever I see him, whenever I hear him. And I am sure that you would say the same thing by the end of this session. So I hope that you all have your headphones, earphones in place, and you're all ready for having this amazing experience. Let us all welcome Dr. Jayesh for this beautiful session. Over to you, Dr. Jayesh. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Harika, for your kind words and holding this space today for all of us. It's always wonderful, Harika, to connect with you again and to be in the spirit of this Quantum Life University uh, on Zoom. Otherwise, I'm always in touch. I always feel a part of this energy field, wonderful energy field that Dr. Newton and Dr. Lakshmi have created. And friends, without taking too much of time, I would again request you that if you want to enjoy this workshop, especially the meditation part later on, have some even earplug or earphone or headphone, or have a good speakers to listen to the voice, the sounds that will guide the meditation. So friends, today I'm not going to take a lot of time, but we will try to go straight away to we'll go straight to this presentation, and I'm going to make it as short and sweet as I can. So tell me if you are able to see my screen. So this is about furthering dimensions and directions. And this is a part of a big process of resonating with dimensions and directions, which we did a 1 week workshop. But this is a small part of that workshop which I'm presenting today. May appear a little bit out of context suddenly for you, but I think we will try to make things very clear that what we are planning to do today is the seventh dimension. And the seventh dimension, you will feel what is Jayesh Bhai talking about. We will understand all this, that this seventh dimension is sound. And this sound is a blueprint of creation, which is beyond time. And we want to resonate with the sound dimension today. So why and how is this a blueprint of creation, and how can we understand what resonance is? So friends, uh, I can start with a lot of respect for my gurus, Dr. Lakshmi and Dr. Newton. I take their blessings. And for me, they have unlocked so many doors for myself and for my family, for my friends, for my patients, for so many other soulmates. I always say that when you meet Dr. Newton and Dr. Lakshmi, it's like mission possible. You start unlocking many things, many doors open for you, and you don't realize how. So it's all my gratitude. They have been a kind of a doorway for me to divine and non-ordinary wisdom, which has been constantly flowing through me ever since I have been influenced by their love and light. So, friends, another acknowledgement today is to Barbara and Gary Claw, who first downloaded, channelized, or channeled the dimensions in a book called Alchemy of Nine Dimensions. Many years ago, I met them at the pyramid for a short time. I don't think they may even remember me, one amongst many people who attended such a event. And since then, somehow these dimensions remained with me for years together. And slowly, these dimensions started opening in multiple directions and became a therapeutic module for me, which I use in my day-to-day practice in different ways. So, friends, what are these dimensions? What are these directions? So, first, I would request you to focus on this picture. Just have a look at this picture again and again a couple of times. So, friends, when we look at this picture, then we see this surface of this planet Earth. And this surface of this planet Earth, we can call as the third dimension. That is, we are walking on the surface of this planet Earth, this celestial body we call as our Mother Earth. And when we look inside, then you have a core, which is the first dimension. And what happens between the core and the surface can be called as the second dimension. And we are the beings or the keepers of the third dimension. So let us understand these dimensions, particularly these dimensions, that when we are on this third dimension, we are kind of at an intersection. And what is this intersection? This is the intersection of material dimensions that we are standing on, and all the material dimension which is below us, the first and the second dimension. And above us are the non-material dimension. So this third dimension is very unique in the sense that we, as beings of the third dimension, have a material part and we have a subtle wave-like immaterial part. You can call it as everything that is tangible and solid and everything that is not solid. So this, where we are on the surface of the earth, is the material dimension. Below us is also the material dimension. And above us is the non-material dimension. So when we look at these non-material dimension, Barbara and Gary had channeled this long ago. Later on, many more dimensions have been envisaged, but today we will stick to this module. And that the first material dimension above us is the fourth dimension. We are on the third dimension. Just above us is the fourth dimension. And what is this fourth dimension? Is like a huge human mind, huge human mind. Everything that human mind can feel, think, experience, everything is the fourth dimension. And this fourth dimension is your mind, my mind, everybody's mind. Today's mind to yesterday's mind, tomorrow's mind, and it's beyond time. And all this mind is here. The fourth dimension is full of emotions. This part of our being is non-material part, the emotions, the past lives, the spirit guides, the spirit angels, whatever is not material. There is one part which is just immediately human mind like, is the fourth dimension. And the fourth dimension is still very much influenced by time, which is created by the movement of the earth, which is created by the movement of the earth like this, and its rotation around the sun, and also on its axis. That's what creates the time. So the time is a very significant factor also in the fourth dimension. But when we go to the fifth dimension, as if it goes like this, fourth dimension is still like this. The fifth dimension just becomes like this, that you are time space. It reverses. And then the fifth dimension is like love synchronicity. Everything that is opens for you in a very special way. It's connected to the field of your heart, maybe. And then the sixth dimension is all the divine geometry, sacred geometry, all kinds of mandalas, all kinds of DNAs, all kinds of signature that creates all reality in our third dimension, all solid material reality, multiple geometric patterns, the signature, the primary code of creation is the sixth sacred geometry dimension. And then the seventh dimension is the sound. That's where we are going to be today, friends. And it's very interesting that understand this sound dimension, that the sound dimension is the one that creates the geometry. And then the eighth is the light dimension. And it has also been found that sound creates light. I'm not going into the theory. And then the ninth dimension is like the black hole. A black hole is what therapeutically in this module we use as a tool to just finally jump into it as if it is a, place where you go into and come out on the other side with a complete new set of possibilities, a new world, a new perception. So, friends, this is in short the dimensions, but these dimensions have multiple directions. Today we are going to do this sound dimension, understand it, and also we will meditate into one of the directions in the seventh or the sound dimension. This sound dimension is very, very unique. One of the best ways to connect with sound dimension is to open your awareness to the sounds of the birds. The sounds of the birds are very unique. If you are able to identify some unheard sound of a bird, something that you have not heard before, sorry about this, something that you have not heard before, when you connect to the sound of these birds, many times the bird sounds are not even, musicians are not even able to kind of identify the notes of it. They are very unique. So one easy way to connect with the sound dimension is to open your awareness to the sounds of the birds for 5 minutes a day. And that would be a very good exercise if you can recognize many of these bird sounds. So friends, let us understand that this sound dimension again is a non-material dimension. The sound is not material. And a lot of research has been done on sound. When this violin plays, sound is generated. This sound that you hear is dynamic, it's non-material, it is energy, it is resonance. And a lot of research has been done on sound. We are going to understand this sound and resonance today, friends. So researchers have come out with this understanding of late that the sound is not necessarily a wave, but the sound also is recognized as in the form of a mandala, of a bubble, as if many bubbles go uh, and move. And this is a very unique finding that the scientists have discovered, and that each of these sound wave is a kind of a mandala by itself, that the sound and the geometry are inseparable. Sound is so much connected to geometry that it is a blueprint for sacred geometry. It's a blueprint for mathematics, because every mandala creates a formula for mathematics. So the numbers and the mathematics also falls under the sixth dimension, the geometry dimension, whereas sound is the seventh dimension. Eighth is the light. Fifth is, you can say, field of your heart. So what is this sound? So if we understand simply this word resonance, then you have this one tuning fork. If you know a tuning fork, when you bang a tuning fork, it resonates. And as it resonates and you put it in front of your ears, it will create that sound. It will resonate. And different tuning forks have different sounds that are created, like your piano or your musical instruments would have some kind of resonance phenomena. Different kinds of tuning forks will create different kinds of sounds. So here you can see that when the tuning fork A is activated and it resonates, then the tuning fork B also starts sympathetically resonating with the same vibration. So even at a distance, these two start resonating in a similar way. Sound is what can unify. Sound is what can create ripple effects. So like this, multiple tuning forks can start resonating. I want to thank these websites that have been very useful in my study, helped me to make this presentation today. So friends, let us understand a little more, okay?
Okay, so here's another sound wave demonstration. So I have a ring stand with a ping pong ball attached to a thread hanging off the end. I also have a tuning fork here. And a tuning fork, when you bang it on something, it makes sound waves that release into the air. So if I touch the tuning fork to the ping pong ball without activating the tuning fork, nothing really happens. But if I then bang the tuning fork against the table, it makes a loud, you can hear the noise. And if I now touch the ball, this happens. Whoa.
So you can see how this resonance of the sound touches matter. You can now see how this sound touches water. So you can see that sound touches water. We'll see it once again. Just this tuning fork is the resonance. Let's see a little more. What is resonance? This idea needs to be very clear. So this helps you to understand that what happens to you when you are resonating with something will have effect on many things that are around you. Resonance is a very big phenomena. We will again see this how even if the other tuning fork was not physically connected, still just the resonance of it and it has an effect. So let us understand a little bit more about this resonance.
You want something that's kind of cool? The natural frequency of this tuning fork is about 260 hertz. Sounds like this. And when I get it close to this ping pong ball, you can see that it's resonating enough to actually bounce the ping pong ball around. Now, the frequency of this tuning fork has a little thing on the top that makes it about 240 hertz. If I get this near here, nothing happens to the ping pong ball. But watch what happens when I take this off. And now both have the same exact frequency. And check that out. So I can excite this tuning fork with the sound waves from this one as long as the frequency matches perfectly.
So
If it's off even by a little bit, it doesn't work. Physics, pretty fun.
So friends, what you can see here is resonance to the similar. This you can understand. Many of you are therapists, homeopaths, that all of us are a kind of a yantra, a kind of a mechanism where we all are resonating at a certain frequency. I would say multiple frequencies. But one of the disturbing frequency is very prominent at a given point of time. And this frequency, this resonance, kind of brings resonance in multiple directions. So you're everywhere, you will be able to see this resonance and you will tend to attract this resonance, and all that phenomena in the fourth dimension, all that in the collective mind, everything resonating with the same frequency comes to you. In a therapeutic setup, when you are doing a session, like in a past life regression session, then one or two of the most resonating phenomena in the collective human mind in your past lives, which is very similar to what you are experiencing now, it will immediately catch. It is like the homeopathic law of similars, that when a similar remedy you are subjected to, then this resonance brings healing. When you start experiencing your emotions in a scene, in a drama, which is like in a past life or from the collective unconscious or from your ancestors or from plant, animal, mineral, as homeopaths like to look at, then you start feeling better. This is the law of similars, and everything is based on, actually when you go deeper, it is based on sound resonance. So I did one experiment in my home. I spread these very dry tea leaves, very light ones, and I had a simple Bose system at my home, and I spread this tea leaves on these aluminum plate uniformly and put it on this sound, and I played this sound for 1 hour and just let this plate be like this. After about 20 minutes, this shape was formed. You can see that this music created this shape. You can see these subtle movements. So you can say that this shape looks like a kind of a heart shape, or it looks like a torus, you know. We can speak about this divine geometry that we do in our workshops in dimensions and directions, that this torus is a very important energetic movement. And when we see these movements in real time, these shapes change as the sound keeps on happening over a period of time. And this is what was the result of a real time video of these movements. Then, as I was experimenting with sounds, and I have subjected to a lot of my clients on sounds, and amazing phenomena unfolds when they are subjected to certain sounds in a clinical setup. So here is one. I just put this in front of my Bose system. All the fan, everything was switched off. And I saw that fire responded to particular frequency of sounds in a particular way. So friends, is it not interesting that sound touches earth, earth element, and the water element, and the fire element? So here, this is one of the most interesting experiments that were done at the Stanford University. And there's a whole science of cymatics. And again, keep this in your mind, the dimension of sound is a blueprint of creation. All experiments in this video are real.
The film you're about to see has no characters. If you spare a little of your imagination, it is a film to describe to you the effect of cymatic frequencies on matter. everything owes its existence solely and completely to sound.
So here, friends, you can see what sound can do. That it affected earth, water, fire, electricity, electromagnetic energies. So sound has been one of my most fascinating areas of research clinically. There is hardly a client who visits me and is not exposed to some sounds. So meditating on so many sounds, uncountable tracks, and using them for awakening, awareness, healing has been very fascinating. So one of the aspects that we need to understand about the sounds is the human sound. And lot of research has been done on humming and chanting. That when we hum or when we chant, these oscillating sound waves will affect, of course, your sinuses. And what happens there in the sinuses is there is increased levels of nitric oxide. And one of the studies had shown 15-fold increase in nitrous oxide from humming compared to normally quietly exhaling. And nitric acid is involved in everything from brain to immune function to blood flow in the lungs to sexual function, sexual arousal. So the humming and chanting, when they hummed and when they chanted, they had higher levels of nitric oxide and had fewer sinus problems compared to the others who were breathing silently. Humming and chanting also leads to some unexpected psychological effects. These include increased body awareness. It is called decentering. Very often, we are such programmed being that our mind and our body is used to remain in that status quo of thinking and feeling. We chew this experience that life is doing this to me. We relish this experience that I am doing the life. So either the life is doing to you and you are a victim, or you are doing something trying to cure yourself. I am doing the life without realizing that the life is in you. Multiple functions are occurring in your body that I call as life, where your eyes are seeing, the ears are listening, the tongue is smelling, millions of cells, your tongue is tasting, and millions of cells in your body are giving out, giving in something. You're breathing, your heart is beating, the blood is circulating, the digestion is happening, the excretion is happening, the kidneys are functioning, the liver is functioning, so on and so forth. Millions of things are happening in your body without your mind. That the life is in you without your mind. And that life, which is beyond your mind, can be affected by sound. When that happens, then life starts happening for you. And as it happens more, you become life. You realize that I am life. It is not a coincidence that most chanted word in the world is Om, and it involves a long sustained hum in the end. Chanting all sorts of various sounds and prayers is believed to connect practitioners to spiritual realm and induce a feeling of peace. When the vagus nerve is activated by humming or chanting, in simple terms, it sends a message to your brain that all is good. The vagus nerve is where in our gut here, down in our gut here. There is a whole network of vagus nerve, which is like another brain, which stores all these stressful experience, which processes the stressful experience, which receives the stressful experience. And it stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, and it allows you relaxation. Nitric oxide regulates nervous, immune, cardiovascular, muscle relaxation, and many other things that help you to reframe your state of being. That this sound vibration is very powerful. It can stimulate erections. It works as a retrograde neurotransmitter in the synapses for effective cognitive function, regulates blood flow, controls blood pressure, strengthens our defense and immune mechanisms. Nitrogen and oxygen, friends, these are 99% of our Earth's atmosphere. Isn't it amazing how it is connected to the non-physical, non-material realm? Friends, I regularly use music tracks with appropriate resonance in number of patients with lot of relief in multiple ways. It's a tool when it generates many things in you. We have been meeting in a group, furthering dimensions and directions, and every alternate Wednesday we expose ourselves to number of sounds which help us to integrate, reform, reformulate, reframe, whatever words you want to use to create that experience that would create some newer door. Help to think in a different way, have to live in a different way. So friends, meditating, chanting, dancing today, we are going to do a very unique meditation, and this is with the most fundamental sounds in human beings, in their communication. What a human resonance is to the sound, the most fundamental resonance to sound is the A, E, I, O, U. This is, without this, language is not possible. And how our ancestors discovered this A, E, I, O, U is just a wonder. But these are primordial sounds. These sounds long ago were like the sounds of the sweet birds. Long ago, when human beings used this A, E, I, O, U, they must have been so sweet, so powerful, so communicating, so much bringing oneness, able to communicate with each other. So this A, E, I, O, U becomes the most fundamental sound that we want to respect today, that we want to give our full attention to, that we want to resonate with the spirit of these vowels. And what the spirit of these vowels will bring to you, that only your life force will know after you resonate with them, after you meditate with them. And another thing which I have found very often, maybe not today, but we have also created chants for Fibonacci's numbers. These are 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 1, 3, and so on. Each number is an addition of the previous two numbers. And in nature, a lot of things, a lot of mandalas are formed. Many mandalas are formed around these Fibonacci's numbers. So even we have framed a chant with these numbers also, and it sometimes goes like this: 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 1, 3. Just like chanting these numbers is also extremely powerful. Why this AUI, AEI, and these Fibonacci's numbers are very powerful to chant is because your human mind, my human mind, our human mind doesn't have an association with him. We don't have a preconceived idea that, for example, you would have it Om Namah Shivaya, then you have a concept about Shiva in your mind and you know what Shiva is and what the Puranas are, what the Shiva Puran is saying, and what all that knowledge. Knowledge sometimes is a barrier. It doesn't allow, sometimes it doesn't allow pure experience. It doesn't allow unprejudiced experience. So I believe that most effective chanting sometimes is chanting something that you don't know. So sometimes I like to chant with gibberish completely, not knowing what these words mean. And today we are going to focus on the AEIOU. So friends, first I want to sincerely thank this great musician, Stephen Halpern. I call him, or I experience him and his work as if he is an angel from the seventh dimension, as if he is resonating so intensely with the sacred sounds. And I would request and I urge all of you to buy, don't listen on YouTube, buy music of Stephen Halpern. Many of his tracks are beautiful sound meditation tracks. Today I'm going to show you how this tonal alchemy, one or two tracks have helped me tremendously in experiencing wonderful effects of sound dimension on myself and also on my patients. And to the second part of these music tracks that you are going to hear is one special chants that was specially conceptualized and directed by myself for the Dimensions and Directions workshop. Thanks to Surajji, who helped me to connect with this wonderful team that could bring to shape what I was thinking. And an interesting experience to go to the sound studio and create these chants. So these are just some moments of creation of these sounds in the studio, which is just not I'm a clinician, but was interesting going to the studio to make these sounds.
No, faster, faster. Do faster, faster. Correct, yeah.
So these sounds were created, which we are going to chant today on. So friends, these are the moments of creation of these chants. Gratitude to the musicians who helped give shape to these ideas of chanting the Fibonacci's numbers and the AEIOU. So friends, we will have to take ourselves, imagine that we have receded to those times when first time AEIOU was celebrated by our ancestors. You will have to imagine that we are in this sacred space with the essence of our very, very old ancestors. When this AEIU was celebrated, we are going to go into this primitive celebration. So friends, are we ready to resonate with the sound dimension? For the time being, I'm going to stop sharing this PowerPoint. Again, I will say you have a little time. If you want to still get one earphone. So friends, this particular meditation, just be in a very relaxed mode, okay? Don't tense yourself about this particular meditation. Just be very relaxed and just be in a playful mood when you do this. Don't be in that serious mood. And just surrender yourself to the sounds in a playful way and expect that the results may not be logical, because your system does not know, your mind does not know what your yantra needs to get tuned. What needs to be tuned is not in the domain of the mind. When you go, let go and say, I'm doing it just for fun, and see what it can bring to you. So friends, you can close your eyes and surrender to the sounds. And after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tracks, there will be the sixth track in which we will all chant along with these sounds. And what are we going to chant? We are going to chant A-I-O, 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 A-I-O. We are going to chant the vowels. And once we have chanted the vowels, then we are going to celebrate the vowels. So there will be some music where you go into that celebration as if you are celebrating the vowels. So that is going to be our meditation today. When you have to chant, I will guide you because I will start chanting myself and then you can chant along with me. If somewhere we go wrong in our count, somehow the music catches up later on. Okay? Are we done? Say a couple of thumbs up on the chat so that I know that we are all together today. Today is not the day of how this sound heals. Forget how. Just experience. Great. We are not going into the theory of how and why. We have already seen everything is resonance. So when you will find right resonance, the resonance will produce an experience and that experience will take you to a newer door of healing. What experience it will bring? Trust that it will bring, this A-E-I-O-U is the most communicating energy on this earth for human beings. And some communication will occur to you. Either you will be able to communicate that or you will receive that communication, and it can happen over a period of time. Your heart will open in some ways that only your heart will know how it will open. You just trust. And I am still saying, do it without conditioning, do it without expectations, do it like a child, as if you are just playing. That brings the best results. Don't put your mind, don't be your own therapist for today. Let the sound be your therapist. Again, I say, don't be your therapist today. So close your eyes, relax yourself, and just surrender to the sounds. Are you able to hear my sounds? Thank you. Open your heart to all the sounds that are reaching you. Just surrender to the sounds. Just relax and surrender to the sounds. Open your heart with love and respect to all the sounds that you are hearing, every single sound. Let every beat of your heart let every beat of your heart, every breath resonate with this sound. Surrender to the sounds in a playful way. allowing the spirit of these sounds to resonate. Allow your spirit to resonate with the spirit of these sounds. From the dimension from where they come. Accepting this divine gift from this dimension of sound, this seventh dimension. Receive this gift. Acknowledge this gift that we humans have got from this divine dimension of sound. Let your heart open and let every cell of your body resonate to every sound that you are hearing. Allow the resonance to the sounds. Chant along. Just allow the experience of these chants to sink in. Take some deep breaths as we are going to celebrate these sounds. Allow the celebration of these sounds. You can move if you want to, at any given point, in the way you want to move. Absorb the celebrations of these sounds. Celebrating the Hindi vowels. Ai is the mother of all sounds. Allow your spirit to move. Ayo, hey 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 ayo. Hey ayo, hey ayo, hey ayo, hey ayo, hey ayo, hey ayo, hey ayo. Wonderful, friends. Some connection with the sound dimension. We will take 10 minutes more, friends, today. Just a few sharings and then one last 3-minute meditation. Whoever wants to share, please feel free to share. Thank you, Dr. Bela. Anybody wants to say something?
Yeah. So I would like to say that it was fantastic, Dr. Jayesh, and we would like to do it again and again and again. And friends, those who want to share your experience, please raise your digital hand or comment it in the chat box, and we'll be very, very happy to take your sharings. We want to hear how your experience has been. It is the most unique for me. And I am sure that it is for any of you, I mean, many of you. I have never had any such experience before. It's amazing. So please come forward and share your experience. Yes. Yeah, Dr. Francois, I think you would like to share. Let me just.
Dr. Francois, yes, you.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
Dr. Francois.
So, wow. Wow. Thank you so much for this connection. Through you and with you and with all of us. It's remind me then when the mother of my first child was pregnant. We were in the garden of our house. And she told me in French, a bird is singing. And a bird was really singing. And the name I have chosen for my son at this very moment is And the Bird Is. And it's the full name of my first child, who is like a bird. And he has offered me a picture of a bird.
Wonderful.
So, wow.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you, Dr. Francois. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Jayesh, and all of us.
Yes, Bankim Bhai. Yes, please.
Hello.
Yeah, Krina, please share.
Uh, it was a wonderful experience. Sounds have always fascinated me. Whether a very small example, when I had to shift to Baroda for a few years, the first thing I missed was the sound of the sea, which was all over Bombay, and we were so used to the sound of the sea that was the thing that I missed the most. And today, with the sounds meditation, I could the first thing I love is the sound of bell. The I associate it with the temple bell. So whenever 6 o'clock in the morning or somewhere I am, and if I hear the sound of the temple bell, really makes me feel very peaceful. Anywhere I am. Then the sound of a train coming or going, and even with its, the loud horn of the train, like, ooh, I don't mind. It is beautiful. I just enjoy it. And I always tell my husband, Bankim, that the train is going, and like it is so beautiful. So all these sounds I really love. And today with all the sounds that were there in the meditation, I could just see a lot of white light,
Wonderful.
just absorbing that white light. And it was so peaceful, so lovely. And humming is like a habit with me. I read also humming, and anybody who's next to me says, "Don't hum, don't hum." And that's how it's a natural thing with me. Anything happens, I can start humming. So I associated and identified with this meditation a lot.
Great. Great. Thank you, Krina ji. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, Smita ji.
Hello, Jayesh ji. It's always such a pleasure listening to you, Jayesh ji. And so, thank you for opening up a whole new world of exploration for me personally, because this is something, sacred geometry is something I work on. I make yantras of, the Saraswati, Kali. I've made a lot of yantras and I want to go more into it. But now I understand that I'm being pulled towards it. And listening to your talk today is really, I'm exalted to understand and know that, yes, just listening to the sounds of birds, or listening to or doing this humming sound is going to be have miraculous effects on you. So thank you for the small tips, and thank you for opening a whole new world for me. And I do that a lot. I've got the bird feeders in all my in my windows, so I keep listening to that, but now I'll do it with a whole new understanding. So thank you so much, Jayesh ji.
Wonderful.
And the
This is, yes,
meditation was beautiful, just beautiful.
yes. Thank you.
And
Thank
dil
you.
mange more.
Yes. So, for example, Smitaji, this is just one dimension, the sound dimension. And in the sound dimension, just one direction of vowels. Now, imagine that every single dimension has such rich attributes to it that resonating with multiple dimensions in multiple directions, the purpose is that we can create a multidimensional, multidirectional consciousness. That is the whole objective. So I just brought this one little direction of this of the sound dimension. Sound dimension itself has so many directions. So it's just wonderful just to share these insights of dimensions and directions which are opening up in a very beautiful way. Thank you, Smitaji. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, please. Your name? Bolo Bolo ji. Vijaya ji, right?
Yes. Namaskar, sir. Thank you so much. It was amazing. And I'm at my workplace, but I still managed to attend the whole class, meditation and everything. And the sound, every sound was amazing. And when I was chanting AIOU, I actually almost forgot that where I am. And I was literally dancing. And it was just like uplifting, and I just feel like rejuvenated and so beautiful. It's so nice. Thank you so much. Every time I do this meditation, it's completely like you are in completely different zone and all together. So thank you so much once again to bring this sound and all the directions information to us. It's so beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you
Thank you.
once.
Thank you, Vijaya ji. Thank you. So, friends, we could go for this last 5 minutes. This is a little soundtrack by Stephen Halford again. And we can chant along Om along with it. So you can close your eyes and just be very playful in your chanting of Om and focus on the humming part of it. We can remain 1 minute in silence. Just opening our heart and spirit to all the transformation that the sound dimension is already bringing to us. With the promise to recognize, acknowledge, and celebrate the changes that will be seen in the next 2 weeks. Whenever ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you, Harika. Thank you so much for holding this space today. And my sastang to my gurus, Dr. Newton and Dr. Lakshmi. and hope our paths cross again. I just loved this time with all of you. Just sharing some fun with the time with the sound dimension and the direction vowels. So
Thank you, Dr. Jayesh. The privilege is all ours, and I really wish and hope that all the people who are watching this, even on YouTube, we all benefit from this, and we all, stay tuned to this beautiful energy throughout. Thank you. Thank you so much. We wish to continue the journey with you. Thank you so much.
bye all of you. Bye.
Bye.
Wonderful.
Friends, if you would like to express your gratitude, I'm allowing all of you to unmute. You can all share your gratitude with Dr. Jayesh.
Thank you,
Doctor.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you a lot.
Thank you, Jayesh ji.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.
Thank
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye.
So much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Dr. Saab.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for
Pranam,
being here
pranam.
with me today.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Jayesh.
Hi, thank you, all of you.
Thank you
Just
so
wonderful
much.
being with all
Thank
of
you
you
so
all.
much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So I'm going to end the session here. Thank you so much.